I still remember on Sundays my dad and I would go to the market and he would show me how to pick a good apple. I would come from school every day 3:30 and first thing I would do is just do my homework and then I would start getting the dinner ready. I knew how to make a really good salad. I knew how to chop vegetables and prep them for my mom because she would come home from work and directly go into the kitchen and we would start, prepping dinner, and that was our ritual. So when I went to college, I realized most people were not doing what we were doing. I had something very special. I'm originally from Turkey. In 2002, I moved to the US. I was just chasing the dream. The opportunities in life led me to Atlanta, where I worked at a hotel, which is where I met my husband. And an opportunity took us down to the British Virgin Islands in the Caribbean. The first 6 months was amazing. I was on the beach every day, reading all those books that I wanted to read. I had more time to spend with my mother. She was in Turkey. 6 months into it, things started getting boring. There was no job opportunity for expats. And my husband and I started thinking about perhaps getting a job back in the US, do something that I would travel back and forth. This one Thursday, I got this opportunity in Miami. My mother and I were talking on Skype, where I shared this with her. She looked in the camera and said, "Over my dead body. You need to be with your husband, you're married." And Dwight and I that night talked. The next day I was planning to accept a job, but I got a phone call from my dad telling me that my mother had a heart attack and that I should go. It took me 40 hours to get back there, and a few hours after that, she passed away. When somebody dies, at first you're like going through these incredible sad emotions, and then you realize, I will never have this with her again, or this will never happen to me again. And for me, it was always that I will never have her rice pudding again, which is my favorite thing. And I was getting these messages from her friends on Facebook, and they were telling me, how would she do this? Do you have the recipe? And I was realizing, I don't have the recipe for that. I never asked for it because she always made it for us, And I wanted a place where I can collect everything. Our journey on Virgin Gorda was the next 4 years, and over that time, I poured my heart and soul into Foolproof Living. Little did I know that challenge of learning how to use my camera and how to build a blog was the challenge that I needed to get out of my sad, sad place. After we moved back to the US, here to Vermont, Foolproof Living has evolved into more of a healthy, seasonal blog without the use of refined sugars. Vermont is magical in that we have so much access to gorgeous, fresh produce, regardless of the time of the year. As I create and adopt recipes, I always think back to my Mediterranean roots, and whether it's my mom's bulgur pilau or her beef stew, or just a simple casserole dish, there's a little bit of that in there. My main goal with Foolproof Living is to spread the joy of cooking that I learned from my mother and inspire people to get in the kitchen and enjoy the process of creating a beautiful meal made from bare ingredients that they got from their grocery store or farmers markets, and then later share it with their families, just like we did when I was growing up.